That's exciting.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. For those our friends on YouTube, our friends here live. This is Astrology Unplugged, and we're on episode 371. We thought, which is kind of very much in the spirit of what's going on, we thought we were going to do an episode tonight. Rick planned a Saturn and Venus episode. He won't be able to make it tonight, but we're here and we wish him all the best and think of him and send him healing energy and good loving energy, because I think his body needs it right now. But he was the one that suggested maybe you should do the eclipse. Of course we should do the eclipse because
Claudia and I have been talking about it for quite a while.
yeah, I mean, the whole world is talking about it, and I'm sure that we will get to Venus Saturn. So I don't doubt that at all. We might do it some other week. But we don't have this kind of eclipse all the time. You know, this is a very unique time for all of us globally, in our states, in our families, in our bodies. It's a really strong energy. And I'm glad we get to talk about it. So it's, as you know, we had an eclipse. Well, I don't know who knows, but we had a lunar eclipse in Libra,
March 25th.
March 25th.
Yes.
And
that was at 5 degrees, 7 minutes.
Yes. And then forward 2 weeks, which is how eclipses work, we have another one. And this one is being called the Great American Eclipse. I thought the one in 2017 was a Great American Eclipse, but this one's even more Great American Eclipse. I mean, the chart that we're going to look at in a minute is really very unique. And it is going across the US. So,
Susan, did you have a thought?
yes, Susan.
Yes, just curious. The lunar eclipse was 5 degrees of what?
Libra.
Oh, okay. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So this is, I'd like to, really, we can talk openly. Rick and I are going to have a conversation about the eclipse, maybe the last one, definitely the one coming up on Monday. We're going to bring up the chart because this is going to affect all of us. And I think a lot of you guys that are in the Northeast part of the country, probably more so, with time, you'll know what this is exactly doing. I have a little message here. Okay, never mind. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to bring up the chart. Let me just see, is this it? Yeah. So, everybody see my screen?
Yeah, but it's too small.
It's too what?
It's small. Can you just expand the chart itself?
Oh, weird. It is expanded. Hold on a second, okay?
We can do it ourselves too.
No, it's all right. I think let me try this.
Or you can choose 50%, 100%. You can make it bigger or smaller on your own individual screen too.
That's
Where
good
it
to know.
says show options.
That's what we were looking for.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get rid of this box here. See, Rick isn't kidding. This box is really in the way.
Well, we're seeing a good, clear image.
Okay, good. All right. So, firstly, let me take a look and see who I need to mute.
Oh, maybe me.
Okay.
I'm going through paper.
Okay, thanks, Deborah. So this eclipse is, as you probably have all heard, because it's all the talk right now, astrologically, but even in the mainstream, I'm sure you guys have all been on the computer, on the television, in the news, you know, what do you call that governing body that looks over the airplanes? I want to say FCC, but that's not it. They have warnings. They have a lot going, a lot of higher security measures. Planes
FAA?
landing. Maybe FAA, yes. Be prepared for anything. And that's the thing with eclipses. Be prepared for anything is really, really a good way to kind of summarize it. Now this one is in Aries, and look, you know, if you can see my screen, there's a whole lot in Aries. This is and Aries is not exactly a passive sign. It is the least passive sign. It is the sign that just jumps out of their mother's womb saying, I'm here, let's get going. So having the sun and the moon, and then as you can see, Chiron is right next to it, and Eris is very close to it, and the North Node is very close to it. This is all really, really
Tight.
Say again?
Tight.
It's tight. It's tight. It's intense in a very activity, maybe chaotic, very passionate, very focused on
Outward expression.
outward expression. But so let's look at, so in thinking about this, right? I think, well, what's the ruler of Aries? It's Mars. So then we go look, where's Mars doing? It's next to Saturn. So it's interesting because that could be these are energies that are not really, they're very different from each other, right? Especially this is in Pisces. This is a very different energy. Mars and Saturn can be a very concentrated effort and really stamina and like very focused. It can handle a lot, but it's in Pisces. I don't think these planets do particularly well in Pisces, but maybe that's the ask here, is that we have more of a focus or an effort made in an area where we focus on seeing the humanity in all of us and
We're all in the same school of fish.
yeah. I mean, the things that are going on in the world right now, sometimes I go through my day and I think it's hard to actually see so much suffering and so much hardship. And at some point, it doesn't get, it gets to me. I'm sure it gets to you, and some of us react differently. But needless to say, this is going to be it's a new moon. When it's a solar eclipse, it's a new moon. Last time, in March 25th, that was a lunar eclipse, so that was a full moon. So this is a new, and it's in Aries, so this could be an ask for, let's reset, let's start fresh, let's focus on things that are actually really going to be important, that matter. Eclipses can be so transformative. I like to think of it as like we're all little ants. An eclipse comes by, and then we all kind of disperse and go, oh, you go this way and you go this way, and I'll stay right here, and then you go over there, because we're all living our lives, and they do a shift for us. They do let me fix you and put you on the right path. You may not feel like the right path, though. It's uncomfortable, to say the least. It's very uncomfortable. I'm not sure how many of you have experienced an eclipse that you knew was hitting some point in your chart, some key point in your chart that you're aware of.
Well, the last one that crossed the country that this one is crossing its path was August of 17.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody can remember back to August of 17, I know that I have a big event personal to me that occurred then. It's a big thing for beginnings and endings.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I
Oh,
think too, we
definitely.
can take a lot of comfort in the fact that Chiron is right there in the mix. So old wounds are going to have awareness of how to deal with healing through those. And that's
Can I-
Saturn. And I would also say the Saturn-Mars conjunction, Grandpa Saturn's going to hold down some of that fervor of Mars. And there is the capacity for some patience to be tapped into. If you can ground and center yourself and zero in on that. Somebody had a thought they wanted to share.
Yeah, it's me, Deborah. I just wanted, you asked if anyone has a personal, this whole eclipse season has me kind of unnerved, and as does the Jupiter, Uranus.
Uh-huh.
So the eclipse on the 25th hit at 5 degrees Libra, hit my daughter's sun sign.
Uh-huh.
This eclipse on April 8th hits her natal Chiron.
Mm-hmm.
And then on August 20th, that Uranus and Jupiter conjunction falls on my sun at 20 degrees of Taurus,
Mm-hmm.
and my Mars at 22 degrees of Taurus. So it's right there with those.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't read charts, so I just see it because I have her chart and I have my chart,
Yeah.
and my son's chart. He's fine, but I'm looking at the two of us and like, this is hitting us, and I'm in like suspended animation. I just don't know what to think, what to make of it.
Well, the solar eclipse that is at this 19 degree, right, is
Chiron, yeah.
about forging ahead with courage, looking to expand personal growth, and where you the house is very important, of course, as well. That's going to help you decide where is it that you're forging ahead. Now, what we experienced with that Libra lunar eclipse is going to bring up a lot of unconscious memories of relationship stuff that we're trying to work out. Now we're going ahead and finding our own identity. Aries rules the head. We think of the identity. And that's going to help us get settled in this path of understanding. Why was I thinking about that 2 weeks ago? So that I can get myself healed. That's what that's for. And this eclipse with the solar eclipse is going to give us 6 months that we're able to work on that. So you don't have to do it all at once. That energy is going to be with us. Does
Renata,
that help a
we'll
little
get
bit,
to
Deborah?
you in a minute.
Yeah.
Deborah, here's the thing. Sometimes I have something similar with my daughter's Chiron. She's having a medical procedure on that day, and her Chiron is at 19 degrees of Aries.
Oh,
I
wow.
never would do that.
Yeah.
But if she won't listen to me. Put that aside. You have to surrender. You can't do anything about any of this. The sky's moving the way it is, the planets are doing, and just trust that it really is going to fall all into place. It may call attention to something that is not right in her life, in your life. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it could be. But it's a time where, in fact, in ancient times, eclipses were very special times because the sky was dark. It was said to feel it was a dark time, but it was followed by a sense of illumination and revelation. People were it was a very seclusion time. So basically look to spirit. And you will do that however is good for you. What I'm trying to say here, especially because you have Uranus Jupiter coming up. I actually noticed that last week. It's either right on your sun or a degree from your sun, a degree away. Everyone's talking about this and they're making it like it's a really good thing. It could be a wonderful thing. But Uranus being involved with anything is also, you don't know. But again, just give it to the power that is way greater than you. And I know that, everybody does that differently. When it's your child, I'm telling you, I'm in the same boat. But even when it's you, it's really tough. I'm sure it's unnerving.
Well, I'll just add that last year on my birthday, which is in May, I'm a Taurus. It was kind of funny. I had a blow up with my daughter, and she came over on my birthday, but she was late. And by the time she got here, I was just beside myself, and I didn't know why. Lo and behold, later in the day, Rick gave me a call. He said, "Oh, I just wanted to warn you, Uranus is on your sun." So I'm like, "Oh my God." I said, "What does that mean?" And we got on Zoom, and he explained what it meant, and which was basically, don't lose it. Don't, keep your uh, kettle on, or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know the best metaphor for it. But and luckily I patched things up with her. So, no
Yeah.
harm was done, but I had her in tears. And this is
Oh.
not me either. It just wasn't me. But it came on me like, I don't know. I mean, it's just like I was inhabited by another spirit and just turned into
Wow.
something. So here we go. Now it's going to be on my son again. And
Okay,
so, yeah,
so
I'll
the
be
good
glad.
news is that you kind of know, and you're feeling it already. It's applying
Yeah.
because you're feeling it already, and you
Yeah.
actually used the right word, which is unnerved, which is a very Uranian word. It is, Uranus it does crazy things to the nervous system.
I like to think of that word of the awakener. And in Taurus, it awakens the will you have to use your voice. And you definitely expressed yourself uninhibitedly.
Yeah. You're right.
You need to,
Isn't Aquarius all of the nerves in our body also?
yeah.
Yeah, and the pain body is considered connected to Uranus as well. So, which they think that even travels faster than the speed of light through the fascia. Renate
amazing.
has her hand up.
Yes, Renate.
Like some thoughts of you. This eclipse is exactly between my Aries and Saturn. No, yeah. No, wait a minute. What am I telling here? Yeah, my Saturn is in conjunct. No, it's right. It's the eclipse. Oh my God. My Saturn in the 8th house is between Aries and the eclipse. And the Jupiter Uranus conjunct is on my Uranus in Taurus. So I wonder what there will happen.
Oh, wow. That is
Right, because you're in
fascinating.
Uranus return.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's already gone, but it's still 3 degrees. I wonder that. Wow, that's a lot of energy,
That is a lot of energy. Strong.
Yeah.
Especially with that Jupiter.
I survived that. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's going to be right on my Mercury. I have 19-degree Aries Mercury.
Oh, wow.
So I'll be looking out to see what the heck happens there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a you know, a
Have a
follow-up call.
post-eclipse powwow.
Exactly. I did want to mention something. You know, if you are all comfortable and we can do it a couple of ways, I'd love to have, you know, whoever wants to share their chart with me so I could pull it up on SolarFire. I don't have anybody's except for Susan's. I might have Linda's, but
Maybe they can put the birth data in the chat
yeah,
and we can start with Susan's.
Are you going to look at where the solar eclipse hits it or something?
Right.
well, I also want to have them just to have them because we'll be looking at them again and I'll be doing this and I don't have your charts.
How about the one for the United States?
Oh yeah, that is an interesting one. I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at,
It's going to be right on the Chiron within 1 degree of the United States.
Yeah, I heard that.
In the 4th house, too. So
Mm.
that'll be very interesting.
so this Chiron being so close to it. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah,
You know,
because
there
we're in a
is
Chiron return.
such a potential for real
yeah.
healing. But also sometimes healing doesn't just come because things are going well, right? It comes through real, you know, reflection
Well,
or
it comes
tough
from
times.
catalysts.
From catalyst, like an eclipse. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
or life.
internally.
Yes. Yeah. I actually, I dislike very strongly when people say, well, I was triggered by blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, you probably were. We all are. But if you look at that trigger a different way, you really have a chance to really look at what's really troubling you as opposed to, well, she said that. I used to have a coworker that used to be, you know, we'd be in meetings and she'd say, well, you know, that was really triggering for me. And I you know, I get very anxious about blah, blah, blah. And you want to be sensitive to people, but I guess we don't need to be responsible for other people's emotions.
No.
And otherwise we'll go nuts.
Well, if it's a group therapy thing, then you do have to. But if it's a business meeting,
Right.
you know, maybe there are certain things assumed, right?
I think my point in saying this is, you know, it might trigger something, this Chiron thing, where you are unwell somehow, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, but it leads to a part of you wanting to really take a look at how you're going to heal and looking at yourself deeper, and even physical, you know, physical healing as well. I think this Chiron being next to this eclipse is really, really unique. I mean, this is so unique and it's exactly or a minute away. It's just, you just couldn't plan this stuff. All of this stuff we look at all the time with astrology.
No.
Exactly. It's 1924, 1924, 1924. That's amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah.
It really is. It really, really is. And eclipses are, you know, with the passage of time, we will see. This could be a real calling for us individually to start looking at, you know, our own hope for transformation. Because I think the pain, like Rick mentioned, the pain body. There's a lot of lashing out that's going on right now. There's a lot of like anger being let out. And in some cases, it's healthy. You know, we're mad about certain things not running well, people running the country a certain way and all that. And I get that. But
Claudia and Rick,
yeah.
and everyone else, has anyone heard about the fact that the sun is going to be switching its magnetic pole at the same time?
I
Because
just began to hear about that.
because there's a peak coronal mass ejection solar storm at the same time as the eclipse of the sun.
Wow.
So it's going to disrupt the electrical grid on Earth and possibly satellite communications. So talk about an eclipse, right? In the old days, people used to say, oh my God, the gods are putting us in the dark. In modern time, they'll say, oh my God, the technology is being temporarily on the fritz. Plus
Right.
a Mercury retrograde. So don't be surprised.
And we have a lot of solar flares going on, I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah,
Not-
the
That's what
solar
I'm talking
flares are
about.
also referred to as the coronal mass ejections.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Renate.
I just don't think we've ever seen anything like this.
Even the Jyotish astrologers are saying going back in time and forward, they have never seen anything like this. So even they
Yeah.
don't know what's going to
Mhm.
happen,
Mm-hmm.
but they're saying that
Well, we've never been so intertwined with electronics.
that too, yeah,
So there is no precedent.
right.
True. Yeah.
So sit tight and sit back and stay safe and watch to see what happens, because we've got no damn control over this.
We don't.
Claudia,
Yes.
I have to leave early because I have a concert. Can I put my date?
Yes. Please
in the-
do. Yes. Please do. I know a guy who's in Aries. I know a guy who's got Aries at 19 degrees. That's his ascendant. Aries at 19 degrees. And he's got Jupiter at Aries at 19 degrees. And this
Wow.
is going to be, I mean, it's, oh my, I cannot wait to see.
Do you have a few minutes, Renate, that we can look at your chart before you're off and running?
Okay, I put it in.
Can you take and pull that up,
Yeah.
Claudia?
Yeah, I don't see her. I don't see the chat.
In the
yet.
chat.
Actually, you know what, Renate?
Huh?
Why don't you give it to me out loud?
Okay. So Renate Roper, ROEPER, 25th of April, 1939. It's in it's in Germany. It's calling Lübeck. It is maybe you have to take LUE instead of this U. You know, it's I don't know. The Americans, Canadians don't have it.
Umlaut.
Umlaut, yeah.
So LUEBECK in Germany.
Okay, what time?
2 p.m. or 2:01 p.m.
Okay.
That's it, huh? Yeah. Okay, that's much easier.
Okay. Okay, hold on a second. LUEBECK.
Yeah. But you know, the UE is an U. It's an U with the two little dots on top. You don't have it.
I have it with a H, not a K. LAUBACH. Lübeck, Germany, 53 north, 52, 10 east, 40 are the latitude and longitude.
Okay, hold on a second.
Let me check then.
LAUBACH.
LAU. I'm sorry, Laubach.
Think, let me.
Erica, did you say UA or AU?
AU, LAUBACH, Germany, 53 North, 52, and 10 East 40.
It could easily be a whole different city.
1041 East.
Yeah,
50
that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I have it from previous class. So
Yeah.
I have your chart.
You said 2:01 p.m.?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's look at this. I don't know if this is right. 5-degree Virgo ascendant.
I have 833 Virgo.
I have 833 also.
Okay. I have the wrong town. Did you say 1939?
Yeah.
You
What
have
day?
8 East 59 and it's 10 East 40.
All
What
right.
was the month and day again?
I thought it was
April
25.
25th.
Yeah.
20,
The
All right.
And this
5th,
says April
25th,
23rd.
no, 25.
25th.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's easy.
Well,
Thank
but
you.
also the 52. Yeah, it's 10 East 40. For some reason, you have a different number.
There may
have-
be a typo on the city she chose.
I have here 53, 52
Two.
North and 10,
10
50.
East 40.
I have 51 here.
All right. Well, you know what? I don't want to, I should have stopped the recording minutes ago while we did this, but I didn't. So we're going to work with this. I think the moon would have changed degrees. You said you 8-degree Virgo?
Oh, that is Laubach. Yeah, okay, that is the wrong city.
Oh,
Germany
That is,
has cities that sound like each other but are totally different.
oh my goodness.
oh, this is wrong.
All right, so hold on a second. I'm going to have to stop the
So what
recording.
is your city?
Resume. We're back. We're gonna look at Renate's chart. It took a village. Okay. So Renate, let's look at what you've got going on here. This is where you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
the eclipse is over here, close to your Saturn.
Yep.
And Aries. Oh no, my
Mars.
Aries.
I would consider it close to Saturn. And I mean, I even just give 2, no more
It's
than
square
3,
Mars.
but it's also squaring her moon closer. And where's her Mars?
Right opposite the moon.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. I mean,
Oh, this says 20 degrees Mars. My Mars is on 18.
No, that says 18. The 20 is the minutes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you have another thing there like me. I always, yeah, I see. Different.
Now,
This-
I actually have Sedna factored in, and Sedna in your birth chart, Renate, is at 19 degrees of Aries in your natal chart.
Not one more in there. It's all in the 8th house, you know. Oh.
so Rick is so good about this. I don't remember what Sedna is about at all.
It definitely speaks of finding your voice.
Ah,
Oh, I'm already on my way to that, really. And
Oh,
You're embracing it beautifully.
at the moment, Mars is in my 7th house, and I even speak more out than before. Yeah, good.
good. I mean, I just think it's also quite, it's a great experience to get to watch somebody go through their Uranus return right here, and it's amazing. I just think it's really wonderful. You're doing, you know,
You're a beautiful example to us,
Mhm.
Renate.
Yeah, you know, the Pluto opposition hit me already, and it's somehow still on. And the Uranus return is already behind me. Then
mhm.
I left Mexico to come back to Canada. So it's really going on in my age here. Sometimes it's too much, you know.
Mhm.
I have a very sensitive nervous system, and I'm
Right.
feeling all this energies very, very strongly. And I
Yes.
wonder what happens in 2 days, you know, I really.
Yeah.
With that Mars in the Grand Trine with Uranus and Neptune,
uh,
I can imagine that music might be very soothing for you.
oh, I'm a music fan my whole life, classical, as pop, everything.
Hmm.
And it's a kite. It has a sextile from Neptune to the moon and from
Right,
Uranus.
right.
And
I
that
see
is
the kite.
it's in full speed at the moment, because Neptune is sitting on the Jupiter at the moment. It's really, yeah, it looks like, yeah, what does it look like? I have a great opportunity to change very much still my consciousness, my awareness
Mhm.
at the moment, because I live my life, you know, doesn't look that there's much happening. It's all inside.
Right. Right.
And that's what I feel already for quite a while, you know.
Well, you have that bucket handle with Mars.
Yeah. Yeah, Mars always gets me back into material things. And I was once told by an astrologer in Germany, he said, when I leave the Mars, that is not good for me. I should leave the moon. But I think I should live both.
Yeah, you can't turn away from one.
No,
No.
Mars shows up and he wants his part two and say, hey, I'm here, you know, not only moon. And I'm living more my moon now, getting older. Yeah.
That's what I think. I was thinking about that today. There are going to be times in your life where you are expressing that moon more, your Mercury more, or whatever it may be. And then later on, that very same planet and sign is going to express differently for you. Because
Yeah.
you've changed. I mean, even since you've been with us here, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I've seen Renate just really, really
Blossom?
blossom into a more peaceful place inside and more okay with just being herself.
That's interesting, because my Course in Miracle groups, they say the same.
Really?
Yeah, you change. They see me blossoming.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I feel it myself. Even I have my downs, extreme downs sometimes, and my body is keeping me back to live too much of the Mars, you know, going out, out, out. I always love to go outside, and I cannot do it because my body keeps me more at home now.
Mhm.
So I go more inside.
But you're going to a concert tonight.
It's an
Good for you.
concert, and it's this wonderful hall here in Edmonton, Canada. They have a wonderful concert hall in organ. I love organ. I can't remember ever listened to a full concert, in that I'm
Nice.
excited about
Nice.
it.
That's great.
Yeah. And
Wonderful.
on
You're going to get a lot of vibrations going through you from that organ music.
I'm sure of that. Yeah, I'm sure of that. and I'm excited. And on Sunday, I go to the same hall and listen to the Requiem of Mozart. I love very much. Yeah.
Wow, well, it's wonderful. Well, I hope you have a nice time.
Enjoy your evening.
Yes.
I really have to leave now. Otherwise, it's
All right. I'm glad you could join us, Renate.
Many blessings to you.
Yes.
And good luck on the eclipse, because we won't see each other again until after the eclipse.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye, Renate. Have a good night.
Take care.
Naomi, welcome.
Bye.
Are we blessed to have you hosting tonight or today?
Yes. Good morning or good early afternoon. I don't know what time it is there.
We're in the morning. Yeah, morning. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Rick and I are doing this one because Rick D just needed a night off. So
Great.
yeah, he's resting. He needs to work on his health for now. And we're discussing the eclipse. Obviously, like everybody in the world is, especially the US, but you know, this is going across the US or, you know, in a certain angle in the US, but it really affects the whole world. I mean, it is absolutely going to affect the whole world. So we're talking about, you know, anybody that has anything near. So here's the thing about eclipses, because people talk about this all the time. It will absolutely affect us collectively. How could it not? Especially with Chiron, the sun, and the moon being so close, right? But to a more or lesser degree, you're going to feel it if you have anything near 19. 19
at 19.
cardinal.
And, yeah.
Yeah. Susan has something where it's trining this eclipse is trining her sun. So it's in Sagittarius. So it's a more of a harmonious aspect. But if you don't have anything near those degrees, you know,
We'll take a look
you may
anyway
not
to see
feel
what
it.
it finds.
What's that?
We can take a look at the chart anyway, just to see what we find.
And can I ask also, with them continually changing the trajectory in the map of where totality is going to be, does relative totality affect the aspect?
Astrologically, I have never seen anybody suggest that.
It makes a lot of sense, but
It could,
I
but
don't know that it does, because the planets are, I mean, think about it, they're all the way out there. Like all the way out there, and they affect.
That's what astrology is about, right? Exact degrees and stuff.
But it is an interesting question. I mean, it's a question that, you know, I could see if the eclipse is just like, kind of like how they say the area of the path of totality might be more affected directly. Can we say the same thing about us? I don't know. But it is a question I'd like to think about. I'd like to, like, I have no idea. I wouldn't think so, but I don't know. So
Would it just make the rising sign different because different latitudes?
it will make the rising sign different, but your natal chart is your natal chart. Naomi, do you have, actually, yeah, if anybody wants to put their chart in the chat, we can pull up yours. Linda Jordan, you've been quiet. Do you have anything near 19?
I was actually just pulling up my chart. Let me pull it back.
I kind of felt like I had yours. Let me take a look again.
I have Jupiter 1813. That's probably the closest thing, and it's in Taurus. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like all. That's me. That's the right chart. Yes, sir.
so this will be hitting you in your fifth house.
Well, and the I have Neptune at 18, at almost 19 degrees in Libra. So That could be, I guess that could be tricky, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's opposing your sun, so it seems like it's a great
Well, it's
opportunity for
conjunctive.
awakening.
Well, I actually pulled a tarot card this morning and asked about it and got the Ace of Wands,
Oh,
which is
nice.
which is a very beginnings kind of card.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
So I'm thinking,
Light your fire.
I don't really like feel anything, you know what I mean? I mean, I mean, it's hard too because there's just so much going on.
Right, right.
It's a busy time in my work life. So, but I am taking off in the afternoon and driving up to the path of totality.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I mean, it's like an hour and a half drive from here.
Mhm.
I could probably wouldn't have to drive that far, but I'm trying to stay away from any big, I'm not going to go to Erie because that would be insane because that's going to be nuts up there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's places along the way where I can jump off the interstate and go, on side roads because I know that area really well. So,
Doing the same thing, Linda, but in Indiana.
yeah. And my college roommate's in Carbondale, Illinois, which is, in the path of totality too. So, I mean, there's some people who are going to be really lucky. And a friend of mine is flying from Florida to Cleveland, so.
Wow.
So I don't know, but for me, it's just easy. Just, just stop working at 11 o'clock.
Does everyone have their glasses?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can go on Amazon, and I ordered them like day before yesterday. I got 10 pair, and I had a little discount because I had city card points, and I got them for $3. So I mean, and they came the next day. So
Yeah, mine can't. I think I just ordered mine last night and they came today.
You're
we're good to
kidding.
go.
I did an Amazon thing for a 12 pack, 10 or 12 pack.
I'm amazed that there are any left at all. That's really amazing. People have been, I know somebody in my neighborhood who wanted to go, I don't know, to another state somewhere to go look at the eclipse. And I said, if you haven't already planned, because he would need a hotel. I mean, he would need to stay somewhere. He doesn't know anybody in that state. People have been planning this for years.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a really, really big event globally and
Campgrounds are surely filled up.
What?
Campgrounds are all filled up.
oh,
Yeah.
I bet. Oh, they're gonna be, yeah.
They're saying watch out for huge traffic jams, sort of like Woodstock, where you couldn't get near where the heck you were trying to go to.
Right.
There's a lot of concerns about people buying things when they go in traveling
Mhm.
and draining the local resources.
Yes.
So the advice is to go ahead and get your stuff where you are and then travel.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
We
it's gonna
haven't
be,
heard much from Sean. Do you want to go? Sean, do you want to go ahead and volunteer your chart details so that we can take a look at where this is hitting for you?
Yeah, I was driving, listening in. So March 7th, 1984, Montego Bay, Jamaica.
all right. March 7th, 1984. What time?
Hold on a second. Wow. 11 p.m.
All right.
What city in Jamaica was that?
Montego Bay.
From the song.
That's what I was thinking.
Did you say March 7th, 1984?
Yes, March 7th,
Yes, March 7th,
1984, 11
Montego
p.m.
Bay, Jamaica, 11 p.m.
Are you a 23 Scorpio rising. Do you remember?
Yes, Scorpio rising.
It's close to your Eris. It is, I don't really see too much near any important point. I also the angles. I look at that too. Is there anything, none of these? So I don't know if this is going to be.
I mean, as far as me and the eclipse, I'm just more of the type of being that's just observing it, watching it as it comes. You know, I'm making the prediction.
Yeah. What is calling my attention is this right here.
Yep.
Right.
That and the Sun Mercury are 17. So on both sides of that eclipse.
True. Yeah. What was so Saturn was at 15 in the eclipse? Was that right? I think it's near here. Yeah. And I think this is probably closer, the Saturn Mars. It's in your 4th house. Maybe there's a need for you to be an urge for you to really think about. It could be something as practical as your home, physical home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or it could be your emotional self. Getting kind of getting yourself more organized and putting some effort to what you intend to your home to feel like, to be like, to where it would be, but it could also be on the emotional level. I don't know if any of that makes sense.
Yeah, it resonate. I think more with the home, you know, because I just pretty much I'm right now having a change of home right now as we speak. So yeah, 2 days since. So that's kind of the theme right now, actually. So it's spot on. It's spot on. Yep. Wow.
And then this Jupiter
Conjunction.
Uranus conjunction is in your 6th house. So there's an opportunity, maybe, I don't know, to kind of pay more attention to
There may be some expansion in opportunities with your work.
Definitely. That's what I'm hearing as well.
Nice. Well, who knows? You do have Uranus with it, and it could come out of nowhere.
Right.
It come out of nowhere. That's how it feels, like something that'll come out of nowhere, because I'm not really looking for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like a surprise opportunity that you have to say yes to without taking the time to think it through.
Right.
Yeah. And also maybe just your daily routine. What does that look like right now? Is there something that's going to urge you to bring more
Spontaneity.
Yeah, possibly more spontaneity for sure. But
Be a
also
little lighter with a more jovial
Yeah.
outlook.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like, with that, this opposition right here, so Saturn Moon opposition, you could use perhaps a little jovial, outlook. Not to say that you don't have that today, but that is a tendency. That's a hard. That's not a.
No, you're definitely spot on. I got this,
Yeah, that's tough. This is
No,
not
it's not
easy.
even. It's not even. Well, for me personally, as a Pisces, it is to tell you the truth, especially when you're complete. It's not really. You kind of said it's jovial. You're spot on. I'm saying you're spot on because, in a sense, when you get to a certain point, you realize there is no other way to look at it but jovial. This whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
So I
doing.
don't really feel the pressures, is what I'm saying. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm doing this little game with myself lately when I have a moment of stress or a moment of having a thought like, oh, I can't believe I have to do that, or oh, I don't want to do that. I try to remind myself, number one, that I get to, and number two, that it's all because of how I'm thinking about that.
Right.
Change it, change the way you think about having to do the dishes. Just an example. Getting up and getting dressed and leaving the house because I want to be in my cozy bed and I want to be comfortable and I want to be warm. But
Right.
in reality, the minute I change the way I think about it, it's not like miraculously everything's fine, but slowly I begin to feel like I put that heaviness on myself. I put
Subtly.
that heaviness there.
Right.
And I can lighten the load too. By the way I think about it. So it sounds like you've got some maybe I don't know how the eclipse will play out. It sounds like you've got some
Oh, I got a little rumble going on, but
a little
we're trying to,
excitement coming up.
yeah.
Yes.
But we're rocking through it. Yep.
Good.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Naomi, did you want us to take a look at yours?
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that'd be
Yes,
great.
of course. I don't have Naomi's, but I'm gonna save all of these today, so this will be great to have. So, Naomi.
It's the 10th of the 4th, 1961.
The 10th of what?
The 4th April.
Oh, April 4th, sorry.
Oh yeah, you're the other way around.
Oh my gosh, happy birthday.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Wait, you didn't say April 4th? Oh, it's April 10th.
No, the 10th of April. I
Okay.
forgot you guys do.
Instead of 410.
Right.
Yeah, you guys, we do it differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10th of April. Yeah.
Okay. 1961.
61.
Okay.
At 4:10 a.m.
All right.
in Camden, Camden in New South Wales, Australia.
All right.
What time was that again?
4:10 a.m.
Thanks.
410 on 410.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, it's weird.
Tell me if this looks right, Naomi. Is it a 22-degree ascendant?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right, let's see. So, oh, well, look at that. Your sun is at 19 degrees. Well, we know who's going to be feeling that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're feeling it already. Can you?
I'm feeling lots of energy, but like in a positive aspect.
Oh, it is.
I've been really conscious of being very still and staying home and quiet and just like to integrate the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's feeling positive.
Good.
And it looks like your Mars is squaring the eclipse as well.
Yeah.
And your natal
In the
Uranus is in trine.
And
Yeah.
if the squaring from the fourth house, that might be an indication that staying home is a good thing. That if you try to go out and make things happen, you possibly will run into some obstacles.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. I've been called to just stay in, stay quiet.
Whatever you feel, you know, sometimes I think we overcomplicate
Yeah.
things. If you feel like you need to be home, be home. If you feel like you need to,
Right.
whatever it is, because I think it's oftentimes really just a lot simpler than we make it seem. And remember, this eclipse can have a very strong healing component to it because it's got Chiron. So in your chart, if I were to put the eclipse chart on top of yours, a lot of action is happening right here. The eclipse, meaning the sun and the moon are going to come together right on top of your sun and your moon
With Chiron.
with Chiron.
Sun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's 10-minute difference. I mean, that's very, that's on it.
And while you're at home, it's being trine that Uranus in the fifth house of creativity. It's a wonderful time for you to go ahead and explore some self-expression through your whatever creative talents you're fond of for the next 6 months.
Yeah, well, I do paint, but I haven't painted for quite a while. So I went out and bought heaps of paints the other day because I could feel a painting coming on.
Good.
Yeah. And with the Chiron, a lot of stuff has been coming up to move through like past relationships, but in a good way, not in a I don't feel traumatized by it. It's like lots of insights, like, oh my God, oh yeah, I never saw that before, if that makes sense. Just insightful information is flowing
Yes.
through.
That is lovely. That's just really wonderful. You're
That's
feeling
actually
these
a perfect
urges.
expression of your lunar eclipse at 5 degrees that we just went through, 5 degrees Libra, because it's perfectly positioned in your to give you insight into past relationship issues.
That's exactly what's been happening, and it's been actually quite beautiful. I feel quite blessed to have those insights, and
Yeah.
it's been wonderful, but not in a traumatic way. It was just like those aha moments, like, oh my gosh, like I finally get it. I can, I can release that now. I can let go of that now.
It's fabulous. And the North Node is close to it as well. I mean, this is a really, really, it sounds like this could be a full circle time for you, but mixed in with an opportunity for a new beginning in the way you feel about yourself, ultimately in your relationships. You know, this is really, it's nice to hear that you're feeling the energy already, and you didn't even, I love when I hear somebody say, I did this, I talked to this one, I made that call, I had a dream, and then you look at the chart, I think you're in tune, you're in tune with the energy, with yourself.
Yeah, it feels like, things doors are closing and chapters are completely finishing on my outlook on, myself and participation in relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels big in a good way.
Yes. Yes.
And taking responsibility, parts I play in everything, which is important.
It's huge. It takes you out of victimhood.
Yes, it's actually quite liberating and empowering. And, just what you said before, change the way you think about everything,
Right.
That's the choice that we make every moment.
Yeah. It sounds like you're ready. You're ready for
Yeah.
this. To let
I'll let
go
you know
of
on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. I know somebody who is going through a very, they're going through a difficult time. But they are making every excuse in the world to hold on to bitterness, to
Yeah.
hold on to it, and to really blame and to really hold on to, I've been wronged. And in fact, this person has quite in many ways, I think it's just my opinion, a rather nice life. But it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what anybody says. When she's ready to let it go, she will do that. She may not be. She's got 6 planets in Scorpio, so she may not be. I'm teasing, but it is when you're ready. It just kind of happens naturally, like what's happening with you, Naomi. Nobody said to you, hey, you need to start doing that and put that on your to-do list. It's just
No, yeah. But I've done a lot of work on myself. We'll never stop, really. You're born, that's what we're here to do.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's great to see. I love that.
Thank you for your insight.
Yeah.
Erica.
Erica.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have Erica's chart. I don't think I do, but maybe I do. I don't. Erica, do you want to share your chart?
I'm
Are you
trying to open the chat.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we pivoted tonight because it's been a great conversation. Can somebody do me a favor and read that out loud to me?
April 28th, 1947,
Uh-huh.
Regensburg, that's Regensburg, Germany,
All right.
at 5:30 p.m.
Okay.
Germany.
Jawohl.
Are you,
But I'm Polish. I was just born there.
what year, Erica?
1947,
Okay. What's your rising sign?
Libra.
Okay. Great. Hold on. I think we have another guest. Un minuto.
I'm 7 Libra. What is it? 32.
Yeah. Okay.
It's CEDT time, Central European Daylight Time.
Right. So I'm sure you've taken a look at this. It's on your Mercury.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's sitting right on my
Yeah.
Mercury, so that'll be interesting.
That's right. Where is your Gemini house? In your 9th house. Okay.
It's the part of the 8th and most of the 9th, yeah.
So maybe you'll be doing some kind of.
And Uranus is 19 too. So
Yeah.
it might be, what is that? 30 degrees. That's not a trine. Is that a trine?
It's a sextile. It's not 30, is
Oh,
it?
sextile.
It's yeah, it should be 60.
What do you say?
I'm looking at Jupiter and Uranus. And of course, Jupiter and Uranus
Oh, okay. Jupiter,
So close, and then it's also, what is it, sextile my natal Uranus. It's right on my Mercury.
yep. This feels a little bit like there's some new information, new education, new learning, new expansion.
Philosophy,
Yeah,
some kind of philosophy.
learning something that it's not practical, it's more higher mind stuff. Who knows? I mean, you may not know yet. You may be feeling it already, but it may come up in 4 months.
Well, I'm feeling very different ever since my brother died. I'm really looking at life differently to see that you can just go just like that without even being prepared and just leave this big vacuum behind.
Wow.
Meanwhile, you had all these plans. So
Right.
he was 66, about to turn 67. He was in Aries, and he's gone all of a sudden.
I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
That Uranus
So
at
that's
19
changing my philosophy, you know,
yeah,
towards
Sure.
life. It's like, go ahead and live, you know, stop waiting for the future, stop
Exactly.
holding back, do your favorite things, wear your favorite things. Don't, you know, don't keep working and piling up your shekels. Go out there and have fun too, because you don't know how much time you have.
That's
No.
right. That's why you should eat dessert first.
Yeah. And then if you don't have a will, it could all go out to the state or be put out on the street after you've been working so hard.
wow.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. This is
So
very
we take it all too seriously, you know,
Exactly.
especially the responsible people. We overdo it.
right. I would imagine that's a very, very life-changing event.
Yep.
Yeah. My baby
Especially,
yeah.
yeah, when it's sudden, that's a whole
And he
different,
moved here cross country to get away from his wife in Michigan. And as a result, he was away from his kids too.
mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden we find out that he's still married and she has to be in charge of everything.
Ah,
And we can do nothing.
mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's been like 2 weeks and his body is still in the morgue and she hasn't made a move. First she wanted an autopsy, now she wants an embalmment. Meanwhile, she's not paying for anything. And she's not going to be able to. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I hope he doesn't mind his body being there like that, but I think he doesn't mind. He doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, he's not in it. What's the difference?
I know, but back in the old days, they would have said this was blasphemy and everything, you know, to
Right.
treat a body this way.
Right, right.
So
Well,
I'm having to suspend all those thinkings and just go with the flow, like you keep saying, you know,
Yeah,
it's out of my hands.
exactly.
it is. Hang in there. Let us
He had a
know.
lot of Aquarius too. He was a master electrician. That's a lot of electricity for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the right guy for the job.
Yeah.
Good evening,
I hope
Waldo.
they have transit on the other side too, you know, somehow that they're enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hang in there, Erica.
Thank you. I'm taking it a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
It's good to have work to focus on something normal.
Mhm.
It's so abnormal, you know.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm sure.
And coming to class, this is normal grounding, you know. See my tribe? Be
Yes,
with my tribe.
exactly.
It's very good to see you with us this evening too.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. So Waldo is saying hello. He's trying to
Waldo!
navigate the Zoom on his phone, but he's trying to figure it out. Waldo, if you don't, oh, there you are.
It's a little different because I always in the iPad and I never use the phone to access Zoom.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying
Good
to
to see
figure
you.
out how that I use that stuff. But it's nice to see you guys.
Oh, it's good to see you. How have you been?
Good.
How's everything down there?
Been doing okay, all this crazy stuff, you know how it is.
Yes.
We had to navigate, navigate the waves.
Right.
The Neptune is very charged right now, and now Aries coming down charged. So we are going through a good change right now, I guess.
Big
Well,
changes.
what I can see.
Just big changes for everybody.
Good or bad, but it's a change.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Do you have
Are
anything
you
near 19 Aries, Waldo?
I have I'm Libra, 14 ascendant.
Okay.
No, 11 ascendant Libra, but I have 14 and Lily in Libra, and then I have Iris in the 7th house. So I'm navigating right now with the 6th house with all the Pisces there, and I'm handling there. I can handle Aries. My partner is Aries. We've been together for 29 years, so I can handle Aries.
Wow. That's great. That is really
I know what's coming.
great. You saw it. I know. This is
I
gonna
know
be,
what's coming.
yeah. That's right, Erica. He should get a good I don't know how close you'll be where you are, Waldo, but you're relatively close to it, to the eclipse.
I'm not fan of looking at the clips. I'm not going to look at the clips. I don't.
Yeah.
It's not for me. It's to stay away from it. In my view, I just
Is
stay
it,
home.
yeah, is it, but it's somewhere, it's going through Mexico,
It's
right?
gonna be north of here because it's gonna pass through the north of Mexico, kind of between Baja California and Mazatlan, something like that.
Okay.
And then it goes up to Texas and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You guys have a little rougher, I think, with Texas in the way.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be a very important eclipse, probably the most important of the year. And it seems like it's a 33 years, it's repeating the 33-year cycle.
Yes. The last time, in fact, I had the chart pulled up. The last
1991 was the same eclipse.
And then after that, we had the same eclipse on April 8th, 2005. So think about what was going on in your life around those two times. 19 Aries, that's where both of those were. These are change bringers.
Well, you have to realize that Mars is in Pisces with Saturn. So
yeah,
the ruler of the eclipse is in Pisces with Saturn. So, and then you have Mercury retrograde.
It's a mixed bag.
When did Mercury go in?
All the emotions are going to be what is already taking place since the last eclipse we have in the 26th. You see what happened with the boat and all this stuff in Baltimore. So.
Mercury went retrograde 3 days ago, and it goes direct on April 25th.
Yeah, the 1st to the 25th is the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's gonna be rough.
I'm the lead right in the middle. Yikes.
Yeah. Well, Rick, do you have any closing thoughts?
We haven't heard from Deborah. If you want to give her a couple minutes, you want to check in, Deborah?
We talked to Deborah,
Oh yes, earlier. That's right.
with her daughter.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was feeding my dog.
When I
Um,
saw the name and not a
what-
picture, I was thinking, is this a different Deborah?
Yeah, no,
We
no.
chatted. You hang in.
No,
there.
I'd be happy to share my chart, but I see we're going an hour and a half already. So
Yeah.
maybe next week after we survive the eclipse, maybe that,
Yes.
Who is
and maybe
survived?
you can weigh in on this Jupiter Uranus thing. That's what's got me the most unnerved, as I said.
Yeah.
Although, yeah. And then I just wanted to add that getting back to Chiron, I listened to an astrologer. Her name is Penny Thornton. Do any of you know of her? She's in England. And she said that Chiron represents not only a wound, but a wound that is existential, something that can't be cured, but that we have to learn to manage and accept in our lives and live with. And I just wonder if any of you share that thought about Chiron. Because Chiron, the never healed, he just turned his pain into something else, into healing others.
Right.
You could say, I guess depends on how you look at it, but everybody handles their Chiron a little differently. In my opinion, I see what you're saying. It's like I was reading something similar that reminded me of something Chiron-like. The pain and the things that injure us and the woundedness. We may not ever get rid of it, but we don't act out of that pain any longer. In some ways, you can call that healing. The wound might always be there. That memory, that pain, that knowledge will always be there of like, oh, this happened to me or this affected me in this way, but it doesn't control you and it doesn't consume you, and it allows for more space in your heart for healing.
This is a great topic to end some closing thoughts, and I'll add mine to this.
Yeah.
The wound of Chiron is one that you can potentially identify and move towards healing. However, it is very dimensional and layered. So once you get to a space of healing, you then become capable of being more aware. Oh, I didn't realize that below this, it maybe had some different effect. So that's the interdimensional part of it, where the healing has to then go deeper. And a lot of people that experience their Chiron as a healer can bring healing to other people from the same wound they've recovered from.
Mm-hmm.
But it continues them on this ever spiraling journey deeper into their own healing. A lot of people encounter that, where
Yes.
a little bit of healing, a little bit of settling into it.
Yeah.
Oh my, I didn't realize this was deeper than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then start all over.
Yes. Well, I think we should leave it there. I think those are beautiful words, and I Thank you, Rick. Thank you, everybody. You stay safe. Let's meet back here. Let's send Rick D, our friend and
Yeah.
beloved teacher, some really healing energy and big
Absolutely.
love. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And we will do this again next week. And we'll talk about how it's all playing out for us.
Good night.
Thanks
Good
for
night,
being
everybody.
here.
Have a
Take
good
care,
night.
everyone.
Talk to
You
you soon.
too.
Take care.
Night.
Much love.
Take care.
And stop the recording.
Yes.